Let's take a look at unpacking a list. Unpacking a list in Python refers to the process of extracting elements from a list and assigning them to individual variables. We'll head over to PyScripter. Let's take our country lists, but let's shorten it. Let's remove the last three elements, so basically half in the list. I'm going to set our country list to equal Ireland, USA and Germany. Now we've seen how we can access using indexing, such as country list and supplying in 0, that will return Ireland. And we could also set this to equal a variable. So IR would equal Ireland, as we can see here. But what if we wanted to create a variable for all three elements in this list individually? Would we have to say IR equals county list 0, USA equals county list 1, GER equals county list 2, and all on separate lines? Here's where unpacking comes in. We'll create three variables on one line, IR, USA, and GER, and we'll set this to equal our country list. And that's all we have to do. Once I hit enter, the list is unpacked. The three elements that are in our country list are going to be assigned in order to our variables. We'll hit enter. Now we can print IR, USA, and GER. It is important that the number of variables you're using equates to the number of objects within the list. For example, if we remove GER from our variables, we're trying to extract two variables from a list that contains three elements. And we get a value error that there are too many values to unpack. The expected two are two variables, but there are three in our list. We can even go the other extreme where we add in too many variables to extract. Here we're trying to extract 4 variables, but there are only 3 elements in our list. This time we got a value error of not enough values to unpack. The expected 4 are 4 variables, but there are only 3 in the list. Let's repopulate our entire country list. We now have our 6 elements. This is a slightly more advanced unpacking. We're only interested in Ireland and USA, but we've seen we have to have a matching number of variables to the number of elements in the list. We only want Ireland and USA. You can use an asterisk and then another variable name. Let's just use other, and we'll set this equal to our country list. What will happen here is IR will be assigned Ireland, USA will be assigned USA, and everything else in the list is going to be returned as a list for the other variable. We'll hit enter. We can check IR, USA, and other. We can see the rest of the list was returned, and this enabled us to overcome the value error we saw when we used a lower number of variables than the elements in the list to unpack. In this video, we took a look at unpacking a list. The key take is that the number of variables used must match the length of the list, or you'll get a value error. And we saw how we could overcome this value error by using an asterisk before a variable name to capture the rest of the list that we were not interested in.